morning and welcome back. Hey, I just stopped in for a quick message this morning as a mom who's putting out this content about over-functioning moms. And I hope that I'm hoping that you're really going to enjoy it. And second of all, I got to thinking this morning about my mom and my grandmother. And you know how we worry about our children, right? And our children might be anywhere, could be running anywhere right now. If you're 40, 50s, going into your 60s, you know, your children are older, right? Like maybe they're in their 30s, right? your kids might be in their 30s right now, or they could be in their 20s, or maybe late teens at this point. And for some of you, who had your children later, they're probably around 10 years old, right? Maybe somewhere around there. But either way, what I really thought about this morning is OMG for my mom and for my grandma. Like, what was going through their mind when they were raising their kids? My grandmother raised 8 children that she had to raise into functioning adults almost all by herself. And they are all thriving, functioning adults. They all became functioning, thriving adults. Like that is such a success. I don't know. I'm looking for a word for it, but it's like, it's an OMG moment for me. And, to think that maybe her children were not happy about the job that she did. And they may be frustrated with her so that's like my mom and her siblings may not be happy with some of the things that she did, but OMG, they are all functioning adults. And sometimes that's all you want for your kids. You just want them to function. You're just kind of okay with whatever they think, right? With however they feel. And we know that we all have wounds. And then, come to us right now that are in this group, we have children. We had children and we thought, oh my goodness, we're going to do this so much better than our parents did, right? And our kids still have gripes against us. We were not perfect either. And maybe we even overcompensated, right? And caused other issues for our children. And they're not happy with us, right? And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. And maybe we weren't happy. We thought our parents didn't do the best that they could. And they did. And I'm not talking about the absent parents. I'm talking about the parents who were there, who did everything they could. Anything, they did the best they could. And we were in our 20s probably griping about, the trauma that they left us with and the things that we had to go through and what they didn't do and what they did that we didn't like. And then we get to this point now and we have our own children and we think, holy shit, this shit is hard, right? And most of us now are not having 8 children, right? Like my grandmother did. By the time it got to my mom, my grandmother had 3. My grandmother had 8 children. My mom had 3, and most of her siblings had 2 or 3. And me and my siblings have 2. So it's hard freaking work to make sure that your kids are functioning, especially when you are carrying generational wounds. So what my hope is that, we can take a look at ourselves. We can take a look at what wounds we're passing on from generation to generation and heal those wounds without overcompensating, so that when our children have children, my kids don't have kids yet, but some of your children might already have children, that they're not passing those wounds on to their children. They're not passing wounds on to their children in a different way. And you know what's still going to happen? Even with all that work, their kids are still going to find something that they're not happy about. That's the bottom line. So I guess at the end of the day, yes, we need to heal. So this content is very necessary because we need to heal. But at the end of the day, we have to be okay with our kids when we have children, that we're not going to be perfect. We're not going to do it perfectly because times are changing also. So you have to look at everything that's going on in the outside world. And as you're raising your kids, the way things were for you are not the way things are for them. And it's really hard to adapt, right? So you're not adapting to all these changes. And sometimes, like, listen, my kids grew up with, all these video games and social media and everything. And it's not up until now, my kids are 30 now, and then we're finding out the effects of all these things. Well, how could we have known as parents, right? We did the best we could with what we had. So as technology changes, as things change in the world, our kids are going to have different struggles. So my children's children, my grandchildren will have different struggles, right? If they decide to have children. So it's just a beauty to know that we all need healing. And when we can acknowledge that our parents did the best they could, our grandparents did the best they could, and we heal those traumas so that we have our best lives, and we teach our kids that, hey, they're going to have some traumas, they're going to have some things that they're going to go through, and they're going to have to figure out a way to heal those wounds to live their best life. Also, you know, it just all starts to make sense. I don't know. It's like serendipity. It's like this serendipitous moment where you're just like, yeah, this is life. This is life, and you got to live it the best that you can. So that's my message for you today. I hope you enjoy this content. There's going to be plenty more because, yes, regardless of what has happened in our lives, right? And for everyone that's different, we have different wounds. We have different traumas that we encountered as we were growing up, right? Some of them are physical traumas. Some of them are mental traumas, right? And that's gonna look different for everyone else. So we're all individuals just out here trying to do the best job that we can. So let's do it together. Let's support each other. Let's be kind, right? And the other thing is that when you stop, it's like when you stop blaming your parents and you start taking accountability, you see so much clearer. But the truth of the matter is, it will take for your kids to get to that point. It might take them time. So we have to give them grace. We have to give them grace, and we have to give ourselves grace that as perfect as we thought that we were going to be, and as much better than our parents that we thought that we were going to do, life is life, and it keeps lifing. So let's keep lifing together. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.